Life before Pathways and 85 was hard. I don't know, it was a bit difficult because I was sofa surfing and things like that. And then someone suggested going to the council and going into a hostel, and I was against it because, as many people hear different stories about the people inside hostels and what happens and just things like that, I was a bit scared. But then when going into Pathways, it's very, very reassuring that I had people there to help me constantly attend to the needs that I had and just help me along with life. And then I moved on to 85 London Road from Pathways, and it was such a big jump because it was a big shared house. It was getting along with people and things like that, and I just wanted to be by myself because I didn't know what the other people's situations was. But then I finally realised that we're all in here for the same reason. We're all in here because we are homeless, so there's no reason we all can't get along, things like that. So I started integrating with, interacting with people a bit more, and it finally made a home state for me. It was like home for myself and hopefully for the other housemates as well. And it was really, really helpful for myself and reassuring my family that I was in a safe place.
I moved out of my mum's house when I was 18. I went to a LAMP property, that's Luton Accommodation Move On project. I went through quite a few of their houses. Every 8 months we were being moved, until eventually in 2010 I moved into my own studio flat, and I got a job and my life was fine, but I didn't actually know it at the time, but I was depressed, and I started living a very carefree life, and I didn't really have that zest for life as everybody else had, and I did notice that, but I didn't think I actually had a problem. So I started drug taking and I started using alcohol quite a lot, not realising why I was doing it, which eventually obviously left me in quite a lot of debt. I couldn't pay my rent at the studio flat either, so I lost it and got kicked out in the end, and that was when I officially became homeless.
When I started in Pathways, I got given a key worker called Jean, and we sat down and set some goals so I could work towards something. And at first I thought it was just like any other thing, that I'm just going to be moved around. But then when I set those goals and moved from Pathways to 85, the key worker actually sat down and helped me. Once a week I'd have my hour and a half with her, and it helped me get to where I am now. And it was so helpful that someone was there dedicated to my needs and dedicated to what I wanted to be and what I wanted to do within the organisation LCH, and it just helped me to get my job, which I'm working in now. And it was good that LCH dedicate staff to people that go in there and want the help, and help people with all aspects of life, if it's drugs, homelessness, family, jobs, working, or their career. They help no matter what kind of state you're in. They will be there for you.
When I moved into LCH Pathways, I went to the emergency hostel first. They were very welcoming, treated me with respect. I didn't feel intimidated, I didn't feel uncomfortable, awkward in any way at all. They showed me to my room. My room was nice and clean. From my preconceived images of hostels and what I'd heard, I thought that they weren't very nice, they weren't well kept. I thought it was for the homeless people I saw out on the street. So I was pleasantly surprised when I walked into my room and saw it the way it was. They were every single worker I met through the hostels has always been open to conversation, and I like to talk about loads of things to do with life, not even just about hostel life. And they would just open and would ask me if I wanted a cup of tea, and they would share stories. I found it very, very easy to live with people in LCH hostels.
Now having my job and living at 85, it's a big weight off my shoulders, because now I've succeeded one of my biggest goals, which I set myself when I started in Pathways 6 months ago, and that was to work, get my normal life back, and it's finally happened. And someday I would like to move out and get my independence from LCH, but also I wouldn't forget LCH and all the help I've had from staff, housemates and other people. So it's the future's looking bright. It is good. It is looking good from where I'm sitting now.
Through LCH support, I like to say that I was on a lucky streak, because I've never have been before. Everything kind of pieced together one by one, like with the support. My key worker, she helped me with finding work. She would look on the computer for me and let me know about certain jobs that were going, or she would motivate me into being somebody that I should be, like reaching my potential. She would always talk to me about things and make me see things in a different way. And I think within that, I found the apprenticeship that I'm doing now with Luton Borough Council. I do it at Downside Primary School, and I'd actually forgotten how rewarding it feels to have a job. Even though it's an apprenticeship, it still feels like a job, because obviously I go there to work. And the confidence that I have now, and how I feel so settled in my life, and it is like home. It's not like hostel. I just feel like I'm in a shared house with 8 other people. It's extremely rewarding, comfortable, and I just want to build on that, really. My future plans for my life is to get my own flat. I'm on the LCH housing list and the Luton Borough Council bidding system, so yeah, hopefully within the next 12 months I should get a flat soon. I'm planning to drive, so I'll be taking lessons early next year. I want to complete my apprenticeship, which finishes in December 2014, so hopefully I get kept on at the school. If not, I can find another school. There's thousands of schools in Luton, so and just be happy in life and always keep myself on my toes. So I'm always motivated to reach something in my life, so I'm constantly happy and don't reach the place that I reached a few years ago.